Welcome to Audiobook Summary Channel. Today, we're diving deep into the foundational principles of organizational excellence, exploring what separates sustained success from mere fleeting good fortune. We're dissecting Jim Collins' landmark management classic, Good to Great: Why Some Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't. If you've ever wondered what truly distinguishes exceptional organizations, whether it's possible to transform a mediocre company into an enduring powerhouse, or what leadership traits truly foster greatness, prepare to uncover the counterintuitive and rigorously researched findings that have redefined business strategy for decades. Jim Collins, a management researcher, author, and consultant, along with his dedicated research team, embarked on an ambitious 5-year study to answer a deceptively simple question: can a good company become a great company, and if so, how? Their rigorous methodology involved sifting through 1,435 companies, identifying a select group of 11 good-to-great companies that made a distinct leap from average performance to sustained superior results, outperforming the general stock market by an average of 7 times over 15 years. They then compared these great companies to a carefully selected control group of comparison companies that remained merely good or even declined. The findings of this exhaustive research were often surprising, flying in the face of conventional wisdom and the charismatic leadership cult prevalent at the time. Collins discovered that the transition from good to great was not marked by a single, dramatic event, a celebrity CEO, or a groundbreaking innovation. Instead, it was a methodical, disciplined, and often quiet process guided by a specific set of principles that were consistently applied. Good to great isn't about what makes companies good, it's about what makes them make the leap and then maintain greatness. The first and perhaps most counterintuitive finding was the crucial role of Level 5 leadership. Collins and his team expected to find larger-than-life, charismatic leaders with huge egos. Instead, they discovered leaders who possessed a paradoxical blend of extreme personal humility and intense professional will. Personal humility: these leaders were modest, unassuming, and often shy. They rarely sought personal attention or glorification. They attributed success to factors outside themselves: luck, hard work, the team, and took responsibility for failures. Their ambition was primarily for the company's success, not their own. Professional will: beneath this humility lay an unwavering, almost fanatical resolve to do whatever it took to achieve the company's long-term greatness. They were fiercely determined, demanded high standards, and confronted brutal realities, making tough decisions for the good of the enterprise. This Level 5 leader operates with the window and the mirror analogy. When things go well, they look out the window to credit others, employees, external factors, luck. When things go poorly, they look in the mirror, taking full responsibility for the setbacks. This stands in stark contrast to Level 4 leaders, who might be effective but often have large egos, looking out the window to blame others for failures and in the mirror to take all credit for success. Level 5 leaders are rarely household names outside their industries, yet their impact is profound and enduring. The second core discovery was the principle of first who, then what. Conventional wisdom suggests that a great leader first sets a vision or strategy and then gathers the people to execute it. The great companies, however, did the opposite. They focused relentlessly on getting the right people on the bus, the wrong people off the bus, and the right people in the right seats. Only after ensuring they had a team of highly disciplined, self-motivated, and capable individuals did they figure out where to drive the bus, the strategy. This philosophy led to several key practices. Be rigorous, not ruthless. Great companies were tough-minded in personnel decisions, quickly letting go of underperformers and those who didn't fit the core values, but they did so with fairness and transparency. They didn't tolerate mediocrity. When in doubt, don't hire, keep looking. They prioritized finding truly exceptional people rather than compromising for immediate needs. When you know you need to make a people change, act. They didn't procrastinate on difficult personnel decisions. Put your best people on your biggest opportunities, not your biggest problems. They deployed their top talent strategically. The underlying belief was that great people don't need to be tightly managed. They are driven by an inner discipline and purpose. With the right people in place, finding the right strategy becomes easier, and execution is more effective because the right people will figure it out. This highlights that culture trumps strategy in the initial stages of transformation. The third key finding Collins labeled, confront the brutal facts, yet never lose faith. This principle is embodied in the Stockdale paradox, named after Admiral James Stockdale, a U.S. prisoner of war in Vietnam who survived 8 years of torture. He observed that those who didn't survive were often the optimists who believed they'd be out by Christmas, then Easter, then Thanksgiving, eventually dying of a broken heart. Stockdale himself maintained unwavering faith that he would prevail in the end, but confronted the brutal facts of his current reality. Great companies fostered a culture where people could openly discuss the most difficult realities, even if they were uncomfortable. They created an environment where truth was heard, leaders asked questions, engaged in genuine dialogue, and encouraged dissent rather than imposing their will. Brutal facts were identified. They didn't bury bad news or sugarcoat problems. They welcomed rigorous debate about their challenges. Hope never faltered. Despite confronting grim realities, they never lost their deep conviction that they would ultimately succeed. This balance between realism and unwavering faith enabled them to make sound decisions based on accurate information, while maintaining the motivation to push through adversity. The fourth crucial concept is the Hedgehog Concept. Collins uses the ancient Greek parable of the fox and the hedgehog. The fox knows many things, darting here and there, never mastering one. The hedgehog knows one big thing, and sticks to it, elegantly simplifying the complex world into a single organizing principle. Great companies were like hedgehogs. They boiled down their complex strategies into a simple, deeply understood concept that guided all their decisions. This hedgehog concept emerged from the intersection of 3 circles. What you can be the best in the world at. This is not about a core competence you currently have, but what you have the potential to be the best at. It requires a brutal assessment of what you cannot be the best at and stopping doing those things. What drives your economic engine? This is your profit per X. For a consulting firm, it might be profit per partner. For a retail store, profit per square foot. Identifying this single key metric clarifies how the company generates sustained economic results. What you are deeply passionate about. The people in the company must genuinely believe in and be passionate about the core work they do. You can't fake passion, it must be authentic. The Hedgehog Concept is not a goal or a strategy, it's a deep understanding. It takes time to discover, often through iterative cycles of discussion and experimentation, but once found, it provides immense clarity and discipline, serving as an ultimate filter for all decisions. The fifth principle is a culture of discipline. This is not about oppressive bureaucracy or authoritarian control. Instead, it's about a culture where disciplined people engage in disciplined thought and take disciplined action. Disciplined people. This ties back to first who. Great companies are filled with self-disciplined individuals who don't need to be managed, they manage themselves. Disciplined thought. This refers to the Hedgehog Concept and confronting brutal facts. It's about rigorously analyzing reality and making decisions based on deep understanding, not fads or impulses. Disciplined action. Once the Hedgehog Concept is clear, the entire organization executes it with unwavering consistency. They resist the urge to jump on every new opportunity or trend that doesn't align with their core. They build a system around their Hedgehog Concept, ensuring consistent execution. This culture of discipline includes what Collins calls fanatical adherence to the Hedgehog Concept. It means saying no to countless attractive opportunities that fall outside their 3 circles, allowing them to channel all their energy into what truly matters. The sixth finding addresses technology accelerators. Collins found that great companies did not initially use technology as the primary driver of their transformation. They didn't jump on every new tech fad. Instead, they adopted technology after they had established their level 5 leadership, gotten the right people on the bus, confronted brutal facts, and clarified their Hedgehog Concept. Technology for these companies was an accelerator, not a creator, of momentum. It helped them achieve their Hedgehog Concept faster and more efficiently, but it didn't define their strategy or purpose. They used technology intelligently and selectively, applying it only when it fit their core vision. This serves as a critical warning against the common trap of adopting new technologies without a clear strategic purpose rooted in fundamental principles. Finally, Collins introduces the compelling metaphor of the flywheel and the doom loop. The flywheel, the transformation from good to great, is not a sudden, dramatic breakthrough. It's like pushing a giant, heavy flywheel. The first push is arduous, but with consistent, disciplined effort, one push after another, over and over, the flywheel gradually builds momentum. At a certain point, its own momentum carries it forward, seemingly effortlessly. This illustrates the cumulative effect of applying the core, good to great, principles consistently over time. Each principle reinforces the others, building a self-reinforcing loop of sustained success. The doom loop. In contrast, comparison companies often fell into the doom loop. They would launch new initiatives, react to fads, suffer from ego-driven leadership, and fail to sustain disciplined effort. This led to inconsistent results, constant reorganizations, and a lack of true momentum, burning out their people and resources. The key takeaway is that greatness is built through a painstaking, cumulative process of consistent effort, discipline, and adherence to core principles. There's no single moment, no silver bullet, no magic program. It's about relentlessly pushing the flywheel, one revolution at a time. In conclusion, Jim Collins's Good to Great provides a powerful, evidence-based framework for understanding how companies achieve and sustain enduring excellence. It challenges conventional wisdom by revealing the non-glamorous, often counterintuitive drivers of true greatness: humble yet fiercely resolute level 5 leadership, a relentless focus on getting the right people in the right places, the courage to confront brutal facts while maintaining unwavering faith, a clear and deeply understood hedgehog concept, a pervasive culture of discipline, and the strategic application of technology as an accelerator. This book is a profound testament to the idea that greatness is not a matter of circumstance, but a conscious choice and a disciplined, cumulative process accessible to any organization willing to do the hard, consistent work of building an enduring legacy. Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey through Jim Collins's Good to Great. If this summary has inspired you to cultivate greatness in your own organization or life, we highly recommend diving into the full book for its comprehensive examples and profound lessons. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more summaries designed to empower your leadership and transform your success. Until next time, push that flywheel.